my lovely twinkles, how are you all doing on this lovely day today? I am going to do a my worst dates video for you guys, because who doesn't love talking about dates that have gone wrong? Let's face it, we've all had them and you've just got to laugh about them. So I wanted to share my worst dates with you guys. So I haven't been on that many dates, but I'd say that I've been on a fair few, because you've got to, you know, kiss a few frogs before you find your ultimate prince. So my first probably horrific date, which just probably it wasn't that horrific, it's just that it didn't go probably as well as the guy had planned. So I met this guy, and I think I've spoken about him before. He was called Josh and he lived in Brighton, and I actually met him while I was on holiday in Greece and got on really well. You know, went to Brighton, went to go and see him. First thing, walked out the car and he was like, yeah, so I haven't cut my hair since I last saw you, do you like it? It was like longer than mine. I was like, you look like a brush, like a broom. It's just ridiculous, like a broom, like a mop. No, that's not working for you. So I felt really bad about that, because I really was not attracted to him, and I think my mum actually laughed, because she took me down there and she actually laughed and she was like, do you want to come home now, Holly? I was like, oh, this is so awkward. So got past that, and then our first date, he took me to the Brighton Pier, which I was super excited about because I'd never been to Brighton before. I was like, oh my god, yes, let's go, so excited. And we went on the waltzers. Now that was all fine, but we just had like a big hot dog as well on the pier, and said hot dog decided to make a bit of a return to the earth. So as we were spinning around, Josh decided to spew everywhere. It was rank. It was so rank. Like, I actually got splattered a bit in my face and my hair. That was not cool. And needless to say, we are not still together now. Then, okay, so another guy. This is going to sound awful. I was quite mean when I was little. I used to like toss them aside. I'd be like, go on a date with them, then be like, see ya, I'm going to try someone else because you're not cool enough. So yeah, anyway, my next one was with a guy called Matt, and again he had really long hair, so I think this is why I don't like guys with long hair anymore. And we went to the cinema, classic first date, because obviously then you don't really have to speak to each other if you don't like each other, and it doesn't really feel that awkward, like awkward silences. But halfway through the film, he started like trying to hold my hand and all this stuff, and I was like, okay, that's alright, but don't you dare come near me. Anyway, so then he does the most horrific thing, well, not the most horrific thing, but he did first of all the, oh, where he put his arm around me. I was like, oh god, like pretend like yawning, get the arm around. I was like, oh no. And I sat there literally cringing. I was like, don't do it, just don't do it. Well, that was it. He went in for the kiss and basically smooched my face off, and it was like I was kissing a washing machine. It was awful. Like, I cannot even explain how horrific it was. I was like, seriously, get away from me. And so basically he kissed me, and I actually had to like bury my head in the seat in between the cinema seats afterwards, because I just laughed so much. I burst out laughing. I think he felt really embarrassed, but I just couldn't hide it. It was so disgusting. I was like, get your tonsils and all of your disgusting saliva away from my face. And I don't think most of it went in my mouth. I think it literally went everywhere, so I was like, great, I just had like a car wash, thank you. Okay, then I had a date with a guy called Dwayne, who I was actually with for a couple of years, I think. So this actually wasn't that long ago. Anyway, so it was Valentine's Day, and I decided to do a really romantic date. I was going to cook for him, and yeah, I basically got rose petals all along the landing, well, my hallway, lined it with candles, made a 3-course dinner for us, like, you know, romance to the max. He walked in and he was like, because I rang him, basically, he didn't know we were going to mine, so he came to pick me up. And he was like, I'm downstairs. I was like, yeah, can you just come upstairs, because I've just got to, you know, do something. I'm just getting ready. And he was like, oh, okay then. came upstairs and I kind of carefully opened the door, and there were all these lovely petals everywhere and these candles, and I was so happy. I was like, surprise! And yeah, basically he looked at the floor, looked at me, and he was like, oh, so we're not going out then? I was like, no, I thought I'd cook for us. So first mistake, I tried to make garlic bread. Now my version of garlic bread was not making the bread myself. I just got a loaf of bread, well, not a loaf, but like a French stick thing, and shoved a load of garlic, literally like cloves of garlic in. I'm not the best cook. It was quite garlicky, I'm not gonna lie. And after that, and then I can't remember what I made for main. I think it was something like some sort of chicken and like mushroom, and then for dessert I made meringues, I think, which were basically, I didn't make them, I shop bought them and just kind of smashed them up a little bit with my fist to make it look like they were a bit homemade, and then just put it with ice cream. And yeah, he basically at the end of the meal was like, that really was average. He was like, I kind of wish that we'd just gone out for a meal. I was like, wow, like, okay, I know I'm not the best cook, but that was romance to the max, my friend. Like, you are never gonna get that again. So anyway, we're not together, of course, anymore, because he was a douche. Okay, and then literally I have two more for you. So my next one was with a guy called MAYke. I sound awful, I promise you, I'm not this bad. It's just that this is like years, like I'm like 24, so this is a long time. So MAYke was, I think he was like secretly like a pensioner. He must have been in his head about 70 years old, because for our date he took me to the garden centre. The garden centre. I don't even have a garden. I was like, what? And so I was like, oh, this is nice. And he was like, yeah, my mum and dad come here all the time. I was like, yeah, exactly, your mum and dad come here all the time, not your girlfriend. Like, that's not cool. Anyway, I made the most of it, and I picked some really pretty plants, and I was, you know, getting involved. Went back to his, and he wouldn't even let me plant them. He was like, you'll do it wrong, I'll do it. Cheers for that one. And then finally, my last probably horrific but actually quite interesting date was with a guy called Matt, another Matt, not dishwasher face Matt, another one, or washing machine even. Yeah, he was like a racing sort of driver guy, and my first date with him was in his dad's garage. He owned like a car garage where you take your cars to obviously go and get fixed and whatever. And it was how to change a wheel on a car. Yep, that was what we did. So I was there with the jack, you know, like learning how to do stuff. But it did come in very handy because a couple of summers ago when I was in France with my mum was in this hire car, and she's not the best driver. Mum, I really hope you're not watching this. If you are, jokes, obviously. Anyway, no, it wasn't her fault, to be fair. We were leaving somebody's house and there was some stupid boulder in the way, and she basically went over it or clipped her wheel and with the tyre, and flat as a pancake by the time we got about 100 metres down the road. So the guy that we were staying with was a bit of a douche, and he was like, oh, you know, you won't be able to do anything, blah blah blah. So I was like, step aside, Blondie's here. So I was like, right, I'm gonna sort it out, it's fine. And so I was there, maxi dress on, freshly painted nails, and I was like, it's fine, I've got this. So yeah, jacked up the car, like changed the wheel on the side of the road. I was well impressed. Give myself a high five. So yeah, in your face, I did that. So actually that tragic date ended pretty well, but he in the same date ran over my foot with his car, so that was not cool either. And needless to say, we're not together anymore either. No, no, no. And that's it. I've probably got way more, but I just thought I'd show you a selection of a few. So if you guys have had really bad dates, then don't worry, because it happens to the best of us. And you just got to keep hoping that one day you'll go on a good date and they'll be really lovely. So if you guys have got any terrible dates that you want to share with me, please, please, please write them below, because I want to hear all about them so that I feel better about my own dates, because they were pretty shocking, to be fair. If you guys have got any more videos like this that you want me to do, because I've really enjoyed this, you know I just love chatting, that's just me, then let me know, and yeah, write it in the comments box below, and I will be sure to see what I can do, and I will see you guys in a few days time in my next video. Give this video a massive thumbs up for me, and I will see you guys in a few days time. Bye!